Hi, Mark. I'm a student from Texas Women's University, occupational therapy student, and the doctor sent you over here to have a manual muscle test screening to assess your muscle strength, your generalized muscle strength, and if you have any weakness in your muscles. And this will help us determine if you need occupational therapy services. Since I'm a student, I will need your permission first to go ahead and administer this assessment. Is that okay? Okay, so the first section, and also let me know if any of these movements hurt you. So I'm going to ask you to do a movement, and then I'm going to provide resistance, and so you'll push up against my hands. Okay, so the first section of your body or muscle group that we're going to look at is your scapula. The muscles across your scapula. So I'm going to have you turn and face the camera, or face this way. And this is called scapula elevation. So go ahead and raise your shoulders up. And now you're going to resist as I push down. Okay, good strength. So that's scapula elevation. And then I'm going to have you, let's see, then we're going to do scapula abduction. So you're going to reach forward. And now you're going to resist as I push back. Good. All right, you can put your arms back down to your side. I'm going to turn you back around. And you're going to position your arms up like you're holding a laundry basket. And now you're going to squeeze. Wait, put my hands like this. Okay, now you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Okay, that is scapula adduction. Okay, and now I'm going to find. Okay, now I want you to push your shoulders down, and I push up. Good, good strength. All right, that's scapula depression. All right, go ahead and turn back around this way. So that was the scapula. Now we're going to move on to the shoulder. So go ahead and I'll turn you this way, and you're going to raise your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Good, and now bring them halfway back down. Good. So that was shoulder flexion. And now go ahead and raise them up. Good. And now go ahead and push them down. Good. So that was shoulder flexion and then shoulder extension. And he doesn't seem to have any hyperextension in his, well, let's test that. Let's go back here. So come back and move your arms against my, push your arms back up against my hands. Good. Okay, that's shoulder extension. And he's good strength there. And so let's go on to shoulder abduction. So raise your arms all the way up to the sides, and then all the way up, and then bring them back down halfway. So that's shoulder abduction up, and then shoulder adduction coming down. So let's test the strength. So bring your shoulders up. Good. And bring your shoulders down. Good. So strength for abduction and adduction are both good. And let's bring you around, turn you to the front. So you're going to bring your arms around and cross like that. Okay, and now I'm going to push away, and you resist. Good. Good strength with shoulder adduction. Now go ahead and push your arms back into push your arms back into my hands. Good. So that's shoulder abduction strength. That's good. And shoulder, so that was horizontal abduction strength is good, and shoulder horizontal, let's state that again, shoulder horizontal adduction is good strength, shoulder horizontal abduction strength is good. So let's go on to the elbow. I'll hit the internal, external shoulder rotation after the elbow. So go ahead and bring your arms and flex them up and bring them halfway down. So that's shoulder flexion, or elbow flexion and extension. So go ahead and bring your arms up. Good. That's elbow flexion. Bring them down. Elbow extension. Good strength. So go ahead and move up here to the table. Now we're going to test internal and external shoulder rotation. Okay, we're going to go ahead and position your arms right here. So go ahead and push outwards. Good. That shoulder external rotation, and push your hands inwards. And that shoulder internal rotation. Those are both good strength. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the forearm. So go ahead and turn your hands down, that's pronation, and then turn your hands up, and that's supination. So I'm going to test your strength. So go ahead and put your hands in neutral, and then press inwards. Good strength for pronation, and go ahead and turn your hands outwards. Good strength for supination. So now we're going to look at your wrist. So go ahead and place your hands down and bring them up, wrist extension, and turn your hands over and bring them towards your body. That's wrist flexion. Okay, lay them back down. And now go ahead and bring them towards you. And good strength. Okay, go ahead and bring them back down. And now bring them up, and I'm going to push against you. Good strength. Good, so good strength for wrist extension and flexion. So now we're going to look at the wrist ulnar deviation and radial deviation. So I'm going to have you take and move your wrists towards my hands and resist. Good. Ulnar deviation strength. And now move your wrist inwards. Good wrist radial deviation strength. Okay, onto the fingers. So go ahead and make a ball. And then extend your fingers. Good. Okay, now bring your fingers in towards my hands. Good. And now extend your fingers out towards my fingers. Good. So that was finger flexion and extension. Good strength. Now we're going to do adduction or abduction strength. So resist when I try to move your fingers together. Good. Okay, and now move your fingers together, wrist or finger adduction. And I'm going to pull your fingers apart. Okay, good strength for adduction, finger adduction. So now we're going to move on to the thumb. So go ahead and there. And now go ahead and bring your thumbs up. That's thumb extension, flexion, abduction, adduction. Good. Okay, so now go ahead and bring your thumbs up, and good. And now bring them down. Good. And now bring them in. Good. And now bring them towards your hand. Good. So all good strength for flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. So the last area we're going to test is your thumb opposition. So go ahead and touch your thumb to each finger individually. Good. Okay, now put your thumb to your smallest finger, and you're going to resist me pulling them apart. Okay, next finger, next finger, next finger. There, 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 and there. Okay, this concludes our manual muscle test screening, and it looks like all of your muscles are within functional normal limits. And I'm going to recommend to your doctor that OT services are not recommended at this time. Thank you for coming in today, Mark.
Okay.